What's going on, Mag? Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
No. You hear me? Hey, brother, you hear me now?
What's going on, my brother?
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. There we go. Yeah, my microphone was messed up.
Your microphone?
My microphone was messed up. Yeah.
Oh, no worries.
Anyway, how's it going?
Good, man. Good.
I did.
Yourself? How's it going? How's it going with the calls? I saw your message.
Yeah.
What's going on with you?
Yeah. So you saw, right? I've been calling every day. I think it's just consistency. Continue calling. I'm trying to get up to the 50. I'm going to 35, 40 conversations. I said, I think I sent you a message. I need you to speed up those numbers, to spit more numbers out for me so I can get more calls in an hour. You know what I mean?
Sounds good. I'll go ahead and do that tonight. Well, right now, I'm doing a little bit.
Thank you. Appreciate that. And then, some people, they wanted to, you heard the call from the lady. I forgot to give her a range. I should have gave her a range right away, but she didn't seem really motivated either.
Okay. Well, again, the good thing about a range is that there's no failing in the range, and even though she's not motivated, at least she knows the range. And remember, the next time that you call her, it's gonna be a follow-up call. It's no longer gonna be a what's it called,
Cold anymore.
cold call. It's gonna be a warm call. You know what I mean? That's one of the things. Like, give you a range that works for you, and then if they don't answer, if they say no, whatever. Hey, follow up in a month. Hey, yeah, we spoke a month ago, a month and a half. You still have that house there on Main Street? He's like, yeah. We sent you a cash offer when we actually spoke. Are you still interested in keeping it, or are you ready to maybe get a cash offer?
Right.
Again, that's simple like that. Again, that's the best way to go through the leads and make sure that if you do send them an offer, it's an offer that makes sense to you. So that next time you follow up with them, it's just a matter of just touching base. It's not gonna be like a cold approach.
Got you. And yeah, I went knocking on doors last week.
Okay, perfect. How did that go?
Yeah, you saw the pictures. A lot of vacant properties. A lot of I didn't talk to the neighbors, but a lot of vacant properties. I am actually skip tracing those, and I'm gonna call them, the people there on those vacant properties, and see what's up. A lot of properties that is being owned by LLCs, which is investors, looks like, and they've been sitting there for like 11 months. It looks
Did you
like,
reach out to them? I remember you mentioned it last time that there were a bunch
yeah.
of just reach out to them. Hey, sounds like you bought this house. I'm trying to get into something to work on. Are you open to maybe just selling it to me at your price, or not at the moment? You still want to flip it yourself, and then go like that through there. Like, but reach out again. The thing about here, Mag, again, like you said, is consistency. Doing what you say and saying what you do. If you're gonna follow up. Again, today, actually on Monday, I closed another deal that it took me like almost close to a year to close on it.
Hmm.
And I was thinking right now, I made, it was 11.5, but I ended up making 10.9. And like, if you look at it, it was like $800 per month that I followed up on her until I closed.
Right.
So it's consistency. It's just a close. I was talking to one of my friends yesterday after the game that we had for soccer, and I told him again, it's just consistency and follow up. Again, I had a guy that was offering me his house at 90,000 back in October. Right now, he's down to 63, and I want to get it for 50.
Hmm.
So he's down almost 27K from his original 90, and I'm beating him up because it works for me at 50.
Right,
and he's even open to giving me terms, but he wants down payment, so I can't do that. I tell him either I can give you cash, but I gotta buy it at a lower price, or I give you terms, or I give you your price, but I gotta give you zero down payment.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a consistent. I was telling you again. I praise this app that I found, the Mighty Text app, because it allows me to be consistent on the follow up. But again, you gotta be. It's available to do the future text, but if you don't set them up, then again you don't set them up. And that's the key point. You got to be able to set them up. Okay, see, like now, it just sent 2 texts right now. They were programmed at 12:20 for a guy that's coming down from I think from Austin.
The Mighty Text, do you like put like how many numbers in there once, and it shoots out how many at once?
You can do up to 20 texts at once individually. Yeah, again, I think one of the best key features that I have is that it allows you to set up text from the future. Now, it has to be only an Android. It has to be an Android phone. It can't be an Apple. They don't work on Apple. And that, again, it's already paid for probably like the next, I pay $80 a year for it. I made 15K on that one. I made 17, 18K on the other one. I made 12K on this one. Again, it's already made this money for the rest of my life.
Why don't you do like automated RER reply? Isn't the same?
Simpler to do.
Okay, simpler.
Again, there's more, like I was saying, there's multiple ways to do it, but the simpler the better. The simpler you can do it,
Yeah.
not the simpler that simplifies everything. The simpler that you can get it done. Because in order to reply, you have to go there again. It's the ease to use. It's the reason why. I don't know if you were in the era where Linux came out, the Linux operating system.
Yeah.
Well, Linux had a lot of features, right?
Yeah.
But it was hard as shit to work with. Windows was limited with features, but it was easy to use. So a lot of people, that's why Windows became so successful, because it's just so easy to use. Now, Linux might be a better operating system with all these bells and whistles. You have to be knowledgeable in it.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You see, so this guy, it's an automatic text. Hey, are you in the valley? He just texted me back. Yes, I just arrived. That property is probably worth, fully fixed up, probably 160, 160, 170. It's one of those texts that I did. The same, hey, did you get our letter? I'm getting it for 75. I'll probably get it for like 69. This deal, it works already. I was able to find a lender that can help me out with what's it called? We're doing asset. Again, it is just based on relationships. The lady that finds my deals for my owner finance, that finds my buyers, she patched me with this investor. Again, she put a good word for me, because again, I've been doing this with her. So this investor is gonna asset base lend me for the property in Westaco that I'm doing, and I'm gonna do it with this one, and I want to do it for the one in Donna. So once you build that relationship and you show your consistency, that you do commit to what you say, again, you do what you say, and you say what you do, it opens doors. Like, so this property, again, I'm gonna get it for like 65. I'll probably owner finance it at 150 with 30K down. I may even ask for 30K down, but I'll give the guy a credit so that he can fix his house, because it does need a little bit of things, not that much to live in it. Again, it works. It has a brand new roof. They just literally put a brand new roof. AC works. Everything works. Just the second story needs to be finished up, because they added a second story. But here in my area, there's a lot of people that are handy. So if I can buy it at 65 with this lender, let's say I pay him all in probably 700. I owner finance to this other guy with 30K down. I'll give him a credit, so he ends up owing me 120 per se. Now I have a 60K difference in the middle with equity that I'm gonna cash out in 3 years. I got a 30K down payment, which is gonna be 25K down payment, and I'm making the difference probably around $800 cash flow in the middle.
That is awesome.
So it's just a matter of consistency. Again, consistency, deal flow, consistency in your follow-ups. Again, simplifying the system, because again, it's real. Like right now, I got a training from John Cochran. He's a real estate investor, about having it here, like making your follow-ups, your fastest way to get money. Put them in a little coupon holder, like this,
Mm-hmm.
and just having it in just note cards.
And just what?
Because you might have Podio and you might have this, but sometimes it's just complex going in there and you're in a rush. But when you physically write something, it has a trigger with you that helps you remind yourself much better than just seeing it. It works, but I'm testing it out. Again, I paid close to $200 for this training. So it works. It's working. Again, I'm just going to see if the consistency works for me as well. So again, that's what I've been doing. Also, go ahead.
Yeah, I just got in. What was that you was just saying? You wanted to see what works?
I want to see if it works, because it says, yes, it's all cool and everything to have everything systemized and have systems for everything. But sometimes something so simple as a follow-up folder like this one has 31 slots for 31 days. Well, it actually has 50 slots, but I put 2 days in each slot. And it allows me to actually follow up on the things that I got to do and actually write it down. Instead of typing it in, I got to follow up with the client. it allows me to write it down and I put it on the day that I got to follow up on it. So I'll try it for probably 4 months. Let me see how good it helps me this compared to the Podio. Now I still have the Podio with my VA updates, and I'll have this myself that I will do myself. Something simple. That was like $6. The little thing that I brought, the little coupon holder, and the index cards were like $1. But I'm just trying to improve on my consistency on the fastest way to the money. Those are the things that I gotta have in that little binder. The fastest ones that are close to the money. That's, I don't know if I remember that last time that I went to show you that 16plex that I was looking at. I called her, she didn't answer me, and again, this is where you use the guts. I literally went to their house, and in their house, if you look at their house, you will never find out. But in the front door, it says, "Hey, I moved to the front, the house across the street. Go knock on that door." So then I went to go knock on that door. That's the reason why nobody was answering my letters, because the lady had moved across the street. And then I spoke to the what's it called, the daughter of the lady that has those 16 units. And yeah, sure enough, only on they have 16 units, 8 are completely abandoned on one complex. The other 8plex, 5 are only being rented, 3 are vacant. They collect, I think, $500 per. So as 5, they collect $2,500 a month on them. And they were saying that they want to keep it in the family. Well, how about if I pay you $2,000 a month for the next 40 years? I'll handle everything else. I'll handle tax, I'll handle insurance, I'll handle rents. And that way you stay with your father's will that you want to keep it in the family. You just my bank. You let me manage it for the next 40 years. And she's like, well, that might work. But and again, I kind of fed to her pain that she's the one collecting the rents. She has 3 other brothers. The dad passed away, and the mom's the one's alive. She's taking care of the month of the mom, and she has to take care of the renters to collect the rent. So like, man, and I was telling her like in person, man, you must have a lot of energy, because collecting rent for me, it's tough. And she's like, yeah, it's real tough. Yeah, and your brothers don't help you? Like, no, they don't help me. So then again, you're feeding to the pain. But again, the guts of actually going knock on the door. I knocked on the door, and I was able to talk to the lady. She said she had gotten some other letters, but you're the first person that actually stops at my door. And like I was telling you, I was seeing the owner of the property. It was an elderly person. Sure enough, elderly person create elderly issues. The daughter's taking care of the property. The daughter's taking care of the mom. The daughter's collecting the rent. Again, that's a lot of heartache. Like, how about I just give you $2,000 a month, and I pay for everything else? Again, and it's like a lease, like a what's it called, the grant lease for 40 years. If I can make $4,000 on that deal every month, and he makes 2 and I make 4, I don't mind not being the owner of the property. You know what I mean? As long as they keep on renting it to me, eventually I'll start making more, and their number will be fixed. So again, going back to what I was saying earlier, it's just a matter of having the guts to, if you don't get a call as far as they don't answer your calls, they don't answer your letters, go knock on the door. Go knock on the door and ask them, hey, what's going on? That's what I did.
And what was the problem with that place, Arturo? Like they had liens or anything like that, or no?
No, this one they didn't have an issue. They do have issue with easement, but that's not, again, for them, it might be a big issue. For me, it's not a big issue. But they just, again, it was a father's properties. It was those 16 units were working when the father was alive. The father passed away, and eventually they started deteriorating until they closed one 8plex. And then they just, and if you look at the other 8plex, it's not well kept at all. Like it's surprising that they still get money from the renters there. But again, it's not kept. And the reason why it's not kept, because that lady she still has a job. She still has a 9 to 5. You know what I mean? And plus she has to take care of her mom, and plus she has to take care of the rents, and plus take care of the tax and insurance and collecting the rents. Again, that's a big burden for her. So again, just having the guts to go and knock on the door, man. Again, and that one's gonna be a follow up. Again, I text her I spoke to her like a week ago. I think it was Wednesday or last week, and I sent her a text yesterday. Automatically, I had a program, and it said, "Hey, did you were able to talk to your brothers about that property?" And she's like, "Oh no," she replied to me, "Oh no, I was out of vacation." Okay, so she's coming back. She's coming back from vacation on Sunday, which is this Monday. So I have another text program for the Thursday. Hey, any news? Simple text like that. That'll keep me on top of mind of her. And every time that she has to collect from a rentor, or every time she has an issue with the rentor that the rentor doesn't want to pay, that's gonna be on the top of her head. Like, well, this guy's trying to tell me that he can do everything that I'm doing, and I just have to collect a check. And that sounds like a plan for me.
Yeah.
Right. Again, that's basically the consistency, Mag, and the follow up. And again, keeping it as simple as possible so that you can do it yourself. It's good to have other people do it, but again, if you can do it yourself, simplify it. And again, the more simple that you have it, the better you can have somebody to fit into your team once you're at that time that you want to grow your team into having a 2-person team and then a 3-person team. Right now, I have a 3-person team, which is my co-caller, my VA, and me. So again, I do have one more person that I need to hire. Like I told you, I was gonna hire a VA to do my cold calls, and again, I spoke it to the existence, and the guy called me, and I was able to lock him up as an agent for my cold calling. But I need another person to kind of coordinate everything, because the lady that I have, my clerical girl, she's good, but she's good to a certain limit. I need somebody else to put everything together, to coordinate with the VA of the caller and the VA of the scraping, and put everything together and just give me reports. And right now I'm paying my cold caller $3 an hour. I'm paying my VA $3 an hour. And if I can pay another VA $3 an hour, if I can pay $1,000 in VAs a month for full time, more or less, again, 40. I think the one that's full time is what's called the cold caller. He's doing 40 hours a week. But if I can pay $900 to $1,000 a month for everybody, again, I don't mind doing that right now, because they're gonna put everything together.
Yeah. How many deals have done so far this year?
This year, I have probably like 17
Wow.
deals. I've kept. I'm going on my 5th house that I kept, that
Okay.
added to my portfolio. And again, if I can owner finance this 16 units, again, that's 16 units that I keep. That's a big spike. You know what I mean? My goal is to do 10 units a year that I keep for myself. But if I can keep, let's say, if I can keep 10 and then jump from 10 to 6. Right now I have 6. I think yeah, 6. And I'm getting another those 2 that I was telling you. I'm gonna close another one hopefully before mid-month next month. That's another one that's gonna be the 7th one. But if I get the 16 units, I know I can get some money to fix the other ones from another private money, a guy that wants to invest in real estate. I'll make him a second lien holder on it, or find a way to work out the deal. He allows me to fix the 16 units, all of them, stabilize the rents, collect, let's say, $700 per month. That's crazy. $700 a month for 16 units. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money that you're collecting a month, and you're just paying the original owner $2K. So again, it's just a matter of consistently calling, going and knocking on doors, not being scared of that. And again, I'm still putting bandit signs. I hired a guy, one of my friends from soccer. He had told me that he started doing the solar panels, right? The solar panels, you basically go door to door to knock on doors and tell them, hey, do you want a solar panel, right?
Yeah.
So I was telling him, well, you're already doing the walking. Do you mind hanging my door hangers?
Yeah.
So what do you mean? Like, yeah, I'll pay you 10 cents per door hanger. And then if you put your name on the back of every door hanger, and if I get a deal, I pay you $100 per deal. So he's like, sure, that's good, man. So I'm paying that. And I told him, I was going to tell him, I'm going to hire you for Saturday and Sunday, $100 $100 for the weekend, to do 16 hours of door hangers. I'll tell you the neighborhood and just do that, the whole neighborhood. I have 5,000 door hangers. I want to at least once a month drop off door hangers in those areas. I think there's like probably 150 houses per area. So if I have 300 houses per area, I can do it probably like 12, 13 times. So I can literally drop off what's it called? A door hanger in each house for 13 months consistently. Every month, one. So it's top of mind. And plus I'm still doing my bandit signs, my stickers, and my cold calls, and my scraping, etc. But again, it's just the consistency of doing all that and seeing the opportunities where I'm paying this kid $10 per door hanger, plus $500 per deal that I get. Plus, if he's willing to work on a Saturday and Sunday, I'll give him $100.
Yeah. Well, he's gonna do 16 hours on Saturday and Sundays.
Yeah, well, 8 hours and 8 hours. You know what I mean? So 8 hours on Saturday and 8 hours on Sunday.
That's like for $100, that's like $6 an hour.
Yeah, and plus the incentive that if he gets a deal, I'm paying $500. Now, if you look at it, he's contract work. Again, it's gonna be literally cash to him. If he works anywhere else, you get paid $8 the hour after you do the taxes and everything. You're literally earning like $5 an hour, and you're stuck in an office and et cetera, et cetera. Again, he's just a kid that I know from soccer that he's willing to do it.
Okay.
And he's going all over the place. He's going into the other areas that are far from my area, but he's still going there. Like he's already going there. But yeah. And I told him, well, tell your friend, also your little friend the same age, hey, if he wants to do the same thing. And literally, that's why I have a pack of door hangers right here. These are door hangers that he's gonna be doing. These are 200 each.
Yeah, that's what the new Chinese food stores do in my old neighborhood. As soon as they open up, they hire somebody to put out door hangers.
Yep. Again, you can hire somebody of Craigslist always. But again, the good thing, I know this kid. I know he's not gonna just throw him in and tell him he delivered them. So I trust him. I've known him for like 5 years at least. But yeah, you can always. And again, it's just a matter of you're literally putting your stamp on everything. People are seeing your sign. People are seeing your sticker. You're calling the area. You're door hanging the area, and everything. Again, people are noticing you. You're on Facebook, so they notice you. So you should. Again, you're on top of mind of everybody in your area. And that's why I'm telling you, it's just a consistency. If you do it consistently, again, you'll be successful. But again, you might get those one-off deals that are great, but again, that's a one-off that might not repeat itself for the rest of your life. So again, that's why you have to have the little what's it called, the legs on a spider, so you can grab everything as possible. And it's simple. It's not hard to do. Again, I'm not dropping 30K a month in marketing. And one of the things that I always praise on since I met Justin is being able to convert more deals, talking to people the right way, being able to convert most of the deals they can convert into deals that make sense. Did you see Vernon, Coach Pat went live today? Well, actually yesterday, I think. I was looking at it today. I'll probably finish it right now. It was just giving a little updates on the new he had a new student. I was asking him questions and he answered all his questions, which was pretty good, pretty cool.
Yeah, I caught him live.
What was that?
I said I had caught him live when he was going live.
Okay, perfect, man. I'm gonna catch the replay. How's your business going, Vernon?
Slow. Yeah, very slow. I got to be more consistent.
Yeah, that's where I failed initially. It's just a consistency. Again, that's where and I was telling my buddy yesterday after the game, George, it's just consistency is the one that's gonna kill you or make your business. And because you might get some one-off deals and that's great, but those one-off deals are not gonna be successful. You gotta have those consistent deals. And then once you get somebody in front of you that's willing to and motivated to talk, then being able to close the deal at the right price.
Yep.
But yeah, like like the Facebook, my brother, Vernon, you can do it again. You have the trainer, you pay for the training. It's included there. Do that consistently again. First, do it yourself. Do you still have your VA?
Yeah, I still have a VA. Yes.
Okay, have her do it again. My VA does my YouTube. My VA does
Yeah,
my.
matter of fact, she does it. I want to step in myself and do it. I said she mostly does it, but I want to step in myself and do it. I said she mostly does it. I want to step in myself and do it.
Yeah, if you have the time, because again, I don't know if you guys have read the book 168 Hours. Again, that book tells you like we have ample time for a full-time job. We got ample time for a full-time sleeping cycle, a full-time time with the family, and still have 30, 40 hours at the end of the week to do our business.
What was the name of the book again?
168 hours.
Oh, hey Arturo, on that question on like how do you schedule your time? Like, do you have a system for that?
Sorry, what was that?
I said, how do you schedule out your days and your weeks and stuff? Do you have a system for that? You just use Google Calendar, or do you have anything in particular that you like to use?
So the way, well, again, the good thing about having a VA is that in the mornings, let's say a Monday, my VA at 8, she's already logging in, doing her Facebook bumps, her Facebook gorilla. She's doing her SEO, and if I have any scraping to do, that's at 8. I wake up at 8 as well. I'm checking her work, and if she asks me questions, I do some of the scraping myself. That niche, really, there are the most profitable things that those highly niche data points from the county. I do that myself for a couple of hours. Again, I have REI reply now, so it's set up already. It starts at 8:30. It starts sending out text, and I'm monitoring my REI reply so that I can reply for the texts that are coming in, as far as the ones that make sense. And then around 9, my cold caller starts calling. And then I'm just waiting. Also, I have my phone for people that call me from the bandit signs. When they call me for it's to my IBR system that says, "Hey, yeah, I left the office. I apologize again, but I have this little cool app that if you want to see your house, it'll send you back to my cell phone again and alert me. But again, if you're not interested in sending your house, press 2 and it will block you. So that kind of blocks people that are not interested. Whoever is interested and it goes to my phone, my burner phone, I pick it up and I just converse with them. And I get cold calls from people that see my bandit signs, people that see my gorilla signature, stuff like that. If I have a house that I gotta see, again, I'm doing my follow-ups on my Podio and on my little binder. I do follow-ups in the morning. After around 10, I do follow-ups. I look at my binder, what do I need to follow up, what I need to text. One of the things that I do also is what's closer to the money. Do I gotta follow up on title? Do I gotta follow up on closing this document? Do I have to get a signature to block this deal? Again, do we have any issues with title as far as title report? Do we need the info sheet? And that's usually from like 10 to 11, 12. And then I just wait. And then usually I always drive for dollars every single day. Because again, I gotta get out of the house. Since I'm working in the office in my house, again, I gotta get out of the house for at least a couple of hours. So then I grab some lunch, and then I either eat in my car or in my truck, and then I just look for houses, look for areas. Again, I see how the competition is. Again, right now there's like 40 other wholesalers in my area. It's crazy. But again, I just look at the area. Like right now, I'm driving for dollars. I'm just seeing what the area is looking like. Is there any people building new properties? And yeah, and if I get calls, again, if I get a call, that's like drop everything and answer the call. That's where my investment, speaking to people. And yeah, just doing it, answer the questions from my VAs, both my cold caller and my agent, my cold calling agent and my scraping lady. And yeah, again, do it consistently. If I have any following up with that, again, bandit signs, I either do it for a long time. I either do it during the day they've been taking out my Valentine's, so I had to get a ladder. So I do it at night now. Again, I went back to nights where I had to pull the ladder and go on the pole and everything. It happens.
Awesome.
It's what it is. I try to what's it called? I gotta order signs now, so they didn't want to give me a discount on the website. So I called them, hey, can you give me a discount on the signs? But yeah, they're gonna give me another discount on the signs. So yeah, that's
how many texts
like,
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Sorry. Keep going.
sorry, you go ahead.
How many texts are you sending out a day in REI reply?
1,000,
Oh,
1,000. But it's messing up because again, right now it's charging me like around $1,100 a month in text, which is crazy.
Yeah, that's not.
But I'm with Tulio telling you guys, because I sent a ticket to Tulio saying you're charging me way too much for this. I want to be at around $500 a month in text.
Okay.
Which is around, if you look at it, it's around probably around 1,000 texts a day. It should be 1,000, but that should be your target at that price. But they're messing up their invoicing, because on my invoice it says that I was charged last month for June 1,114. But if you actually pull all the fees, it's $500. Because every text that they send you has a dollar cost. And if you pull the CSV file from the one they're charging you, it doesn't add up.
Right.
So again, that's what I'm doing. The good thing about REI Reply is that you put them on a follow-up 1 month, what's called cycle.
Right.
So every month, every day I send 1,000 new texts. But also there's texts that are follow-up texts.
So both of you use REI Reply for text, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm struggling with it though. It's a fucking pain in the ass for me, you know. So
what's your issue? I love it, man. What's your issue with it?
well, there's just being able to, it's like, I mean, there's a lot. I love it and I hate it. There's a lot of great things about it, but it's just like trying to keep track of shit just seems really hard.
Like what?
Well, like for example, if I finally got it set up. I mean, I know it's probably mostly user error, me being me, but like if I need to make a follow-up phone call to somebody, and then try to go back to, there's no, like, I don't know how to get notified on it. These are just things that I don't know yet. So, I mean, I use it for the texts and stuff, which are great. But I don't see how the hell do you get through 1,000 texts a day, dude? That's crazy.
Okay, this is where this comes out handy, the little physical follow-up reminders. So usually they're all gonna be not interested or wrong number. There is triggers you can set up when people type the word offer or I didn't get it, you can get a trigger. But then again, you're monitoring your phone again, because this is what I do for a living. This is my job.
Right.
So my REI replies to my iPhone, and then again, I just see what that comes in. I see the text, I see I have a notification, and I go through the notifications. Only the ones that say I want an offer or what offer you talking about or who's your boss, I reply to those. Those that says fuck off, because I got tons that says fuck off, etc., etc. Again, those I just ignore. I have a trigger where if there's profanity, it just goes to it kicks them out of the campaign. But again, the ones that I make, I have what's it called, a tag that says offer made, that I made an offer. Those I pull them and I put them into my little physical binder.
Okay.
Now, one of the things that I started doing so that I don't forget, the same way that I do follow-ups for my deals, where hey, did you sell your house, etc. Through my Mighty Text, I created a follow-up group, which is it sends a text to my phone and to my burner phone of what I need to do. Call this guy at 12 p.m. because of this.
Gotcha.
And I still text. And you have to follow up because it is hard trying to remember. Oh shit! Oh, I gotta go see this shit again. But when you are on it, you remind yourself. You know what? I want to call this at 3 p.m. Send you a text. Program yourself a text for the future at 3 p.m. Hey, I will call this number 956 on the property this and tell me this. And then I programmed it, and then it sends me a text at 3 p.m. to both my burner phone and my phone. I know it's tedious, but it makes me remind myself if a text comes to this phone, it's for a reason.
Right.
That's the way that it is hard because if you go through a lot of text, it's a lot of fucking text you go through. But again, I think your issue is just following up on their and anything you can run that, pull it up again, add a tag that says offer made, right? And then at the end of the day or at the end of the morning, etc.
Go back through it.
Do a search for offers made.
Okay.
And put them get this or put it in a podium or etc. And put for those address, name, how much was off, follow up in 10 days. Like this one has follow up 720, and it goes on. I go through my little. It's like a little filing cabinet. Let me show you.
So basically, what you're doing is you're taking the shit out of REI reply, putting it in Podio and that, right? Is that correct?
I only use REI reply once I contact with the REI reply, then I get out of there.
Okay.
I know there's probably ways to do this shit there, but it's
right. Yeah. That's my struggle right there. That's my struggle. So okay, that makes sense, Arturo. That makes sense.
Yeah, but how is he? Who showed him how to do the notifications to take out the profanity automatically in REI reply?
That would be a trigger. So like if somebody said "fuck you," then it triggers off to do not call and just gets out of the system.
Okay. So how much do you pay for the REI reply in Twitter?
Automatically.
My thing probably cost me about my total REI reply. I'm not doing anywhere near as many texts as him. I'm doing probably like 1,000 a month, but I'm just doing Zillow stuff. So it's about $150 a month right now.
$150?
Yeah.
Okay, I paid like $250 plus about another $150. So I pay about close to like $400 for probably about 2,500 to 3,000 texts a month.
Yeah, I'm trying to up mine to four. I want to do like about 5,000 a month. That's what my goal is right now. So it's just Zillow stuff though too. So I don't do like the big scrapes like he does on that. But so yeah, okay, cool.
The reason why I send so much is all my texts are what's it called? They're again cold calling texts. They're just random people. So again, if you have someone raising your hand, you're gonna minimize it. Minimize your costs.
Yeah, that's different. When you're doing Zillow, you get more responses. When you're doing
I got to go through a lot of shit.
Yeah,
go through. Like I just did what I did in North Carolina one, and right now I got like 180 responses I got to go through today. So, but a lot of them are shitty, and I need to get my triggers better so I eliminate the shitty ones, like the people that say no or whatever, so I don't have to deal with them at all.
I just ignore them. Like if they say no, etc., I just ignore them. But do a trigger for the one that says, I'm interested, and have those whoever replies with the words interested, I gotta see it.
Okay.
And again, on your phone, on your iPhone, and the good thing about iPhone is it stores all your replies on the main screen, and literally you can just go through all your replies. And then open the ones that make sense.
Okay.
And it's just, again, I can definitely utilize REI reply for much more, but I want to, again, I already have, I used it for almost June and July. It's going to be 2 months. I have 4 deals under contract already through REI reply.
Cool.
So I'm hoping that if I can make, let's say, 30K on those 4 deals, again, the 2K that I'm spending, it makes sense. I still want to bring the 2K down because I'm not seeing the math where they're charging me whatever amount, but
something's messed up there for sure.
So again, 30K for 2K of views. But again, the good thing I had data to text. You know what I mean? And I created a new flow where it's just 30 days of text. It's simple. Again, I make sure it's just one text. It's not 2 segments of text. Like it takes 2 texts to send one text. If you know what I mean as far as cost. But I've noticed a lot that a lot of fucking assholes, they reply to my last text. I might be like a 20 text chain, and text number 20, they reply, what's this? So what I do going forward, I'm gonna send that last text first.
Yeah. Well, my thing, when I get a lot of people, I'll get like people that hit me up on the third text, you know, like it'll my message will be, hey, are you flexible on price or terms? Yeah, obviously it's a Zillow thing. And then I won't get a response, and then it'll send a text out, hey, I'm still interested in your property, blah blah blah, you know, and then nothing. And then the third one is like, hey, I'd really be interested in talking to you about your house. Then they'll text me back, like on the third touch, you know.
Yeah.
Or call me even. So that's the one thing that's awesome about REA Reply. So
yeah. That's why I love REA Reply, that you can set it and forget it. Again, once you do your flow, again, one of the things that you should do, again, that I do consistently every day, I go in there and I remove from the campaigns anything that did not it was an error that was sent out. So because if you don't, it's gonna try sending it again, even though it's an error, and it's gonna charge you the same way.
Oh, right.
So every day you gotta go into each. There's a video on REA Reply where but again, that's when sending that, if you're sending let's say 1,000 texts a month, it's not really that much of a cost. But if you're sending 1,000 texts a year a day, yeah, you gotta be able to remove those from there so they doesn't charge you. So that's what I've been doing. Again, that's when I have that third VA do everything that I do, as far as setting up the campaigns, seeing the campaigns and replying to them. What's it called? Getting the data from the VA number one, submitting the data to get scraped and everything, and then getting the data and putting a reply, putting the data to have the co-caller do it as well, and then have just a response on that. Again, and yeah, that's what my third VA that I'm thinking, but I gotta be able to simplify the way that I do it so that I can teach it to her the way. Right now, again, I'm pretty free with my time, so I don't mind staying there and doing this myself, because it's fun. It keeps me with my ear to the floor as far as to the ground, knowing what business works.
That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much.
3 hits.
I appreciate that.
The scraping and definitely well. But yeah, again, it's just REA Reply has a lot of features, but I just simplify it for the ones that I can actually do myself. So yeah, can you hear me?
Yes.
Perfect. So yeah, again, that's what I'm trying to do. That's gonna be my goal as far as by the end of the year. Maximize my offers ranges as far as my closing amounts. Getting the third VA, I already have the co-caller VA. Getting it set up where it makes sense for me, and then just systematize it where it works every single day. Again, my older VA, she knows what she does already. I just need to make sure that I have my newer VA do the job the right way, and then have my third VA do the job the right way, and then just again creating that relationships with this new private money that was willing to lend me money on asset based, and then just grow it again, and using the mighty again, not just because I grow, I put new bigger things, bigger systems. I grow, but I keep the same old systems that make sense. Like, and there's gonna be a level where you literally have to get another system to be able to help you grow as much. But right now, if I keep it at that level that I'm here, I think with the systems that I have, it's good enough. It's simple enough that if somebody leaves, I can literally jump in there and do it myself. It's not like a complex machine, diesel machine that I got to do this and this and that. It's literally just something that I can do myself quickly. And that's for me, it's the long run. Again, if I can grow 10 to 20, well, my goal is 10 properties a year. And and if I can make 300K a year in the business, keep my costs as low as possible, again, be still in the business, because I don't want to be step out of the business. I want to be in the business because I like it. It keeps, again, like I told my dad, it keeps me young. Being in this real estate business, it keeps me motivated, it keeps me young. I know once I literally want to retire and go live my life in the beach and everywhere, I know I'll start decaying much faster, because again, I won't be using my brain anymore. I'll be sedentary. It took, and again, I have this shock from when I was a lender, that when I left the lending position, I couldn't feel myself. I was talking to my friend George yesterday. It was hard for me to get back to being hungry, because I was domesticated as a lender, as a salary employee. I was so domesticated that I didn't want to do anything. I didn't have hunger to go and create new businesses. So I don't want to go back to that place where I'm back to being sedentary and back to being a retired employee. I want to be able to be in the business as long as possible. And again, my goal is to live to 100. So I got to be in the business. I got to be able to be in the business. And again, stay low. Like they say, again, pigs get fed, hogs get slaughtered. Again, I want to be able to keep on eating, growing consistently. Again, I don't need 30 million in a year. I can make $500,000 in a year. That's good for me. I just keep on growing it. But yeah, that's my goal. But again, having the systems that are not too complex that anybody can understand them. And yeah, that's what I've been doing, and it's been working good. Again, that's something that's been my target for this year. But then again, it started crazy at the beginning of the year. Again, I had to slow down for a little bit. But yeah, again, going back to simplifying it, back to normal, back to don't try to get too many things at the same one. Just simplify it, have a ton of vision on the things that matter, and then go from there. Because yeah, if you let this business run you, you'll get so many things. You'll literally have zero time for yourself. You literally will be another employee from the business, and I don't want that. I came from that. So again, I want to have fun. If I want to leave to a vacation, I can go. But if I like to pick up a call when I'm on vacation. Hey, what's going on with the property? I like to talk about deals. That's what I love. It keeps me young, keeps me sharp. And yeah, I'm young still. I want to stay younger, but I want to be in it still. But again, the systems like Reply works for me. The Mighty Text work for me. The Podio works for me. This little system that I'm trying works for me. My VA does some of my stuff, so it gives me time. My other co-caller, I already have the third wheel of the co-caller. Now I'm hiring this guy to do my door hangers for the next 13 months. So yeah, again, you see all those wheels are turning. They're not turning so fast that I get dizzy. It's just turning enough where I can still monitor it from far away. I can still see it going and going again. And the main thing is just picking up the calls. That for me, that's my money. That's what I do. That's my biggest return on my investment. This is where my money is worth the most. My time is worth the most. It's picking up the phone and talking to the right person. Yeah, and not keeping it too complex. Yeah, my guys. Again, systematize it. But again, if you want to have a takeaway from this today, just consistency. Keep it like I say, kids. Keep it simple, stupid. Keep it super simple, but enough that it still grasps enough of volume that makes sense. But you gotta be consistent. You gotta be consistent on it. Consistent, and the way that you're consistent is by being simple. Because it's like when you look at building a house from zero, like, oh, that's fucking complex. I don't want to go through that shit. It's a lot of work. The same thing that you see out of Reply and now this modern system, like, oh shit, all this bells and whistles. You know what? I don't even want to do it. You get discouraged because it's just too complex to even get in there. But if you simplify it, where only for every Reply you use like 2 tools. From the Mighty Text you use 1 tool. From the Podio you use 1 tool. From the texting service you use 1 tool. From the co-caller 1 tool. From the VA 1 tool. It's like when I don't know if you guys follow Mitch. He was saying, I don't hire, and it's common sense. Like, it's common sense, but nowadays common sense is no longer common. He's like, I hire a plumber, I hire an electrician, I hire a framer. I don't hire one guy that does everything. I hire one guy for one thing, because that person that wants to do everything will be mediocre in all of them. I hire a plumber, that's all he does, plumber. So I hire a VA that all she does is Facebook, YouTube, and scraping. I hire a co-caller, that's all she does is co-calling. Now I need to hire the third wheel, which is going to be just monitoring the co-caller, monitoring the VA, the scraper, and then putting everything together. You get all the systems, put them together, and then reports to me. So I have 3 little heads. I have my plumber, I have my electrician, and I have my contractor that reports to me. That's it. And again, I reply just for the text. I hire Mighty Text just for the text, for the feature text. I hire Podio for just the simple way of having the CRM. I don't do all this complex automated systems shit that most people do. Again, it works for them. For me, it doesn't. It's just too complex. Like, imagine teaching my VA to do all this. It's gonna be complex for me. It's gonna waste me more time to teach it. So I keep it simple. Again, it might have a lot of bells and whistles. I choose it for this. Now, this little system for me is gonna be simple. Literally, just go through it every single day and see what I gotta follow up. And yeah, that's again knowing that you're hiring a plumber, not someone that does everything. Just a plumber, electrician, my contractor, and me. And that's it. That's my little wheels. Again, that was 2020. That was my goal for 2020, but then 2020 went crazy. But 2021 started good. Again, I was able to catch up and do this for this. It makes sense. Get my one of my issues was getting that VA to do my cold calling, but I was able to hire him, and that's gonna work at the right price, and I'll get the 3rd wheel, and that's it. By the end of the year,
where did you get your VA from?
he reached out to me.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, because I was friend with I liked the page for this cold caller. They were charging me $7 the hour for the cold caller. So then this guy reached out to me and I saw where he friend requested me, and then he reached out to me about he wanted to be like, where is this guy from? And like, oh, he knows this person, so he went on his own. So then he send me an audio, and I like the audio, and he's like, I can do $5 an hour. I can't do 5. I can do 3 for the first month, and if I like the service, I'll go for $4 an hour. But I'll commit to doing 6 months worth of service for you if I like it. That I can pay you. So he's like, yeah. So I'm starting at 3. If I like the service, I'll bump it to $4 an hour for 40 hours a month, 40 hours a week, full time. But you gotta have the data. I have enough data for him to be able to work consistently. You know what I mean? And I don't know if you have you heard about? I have a friend of mine that's in he does PPC, pay per click, right? And he does Facebook. And he created this was gonna be my first investment before the website, right? Remember I had invested for the website last year. Then I got my refund for that. And it was between him and this guy. This guy was charging me $2K a month to run my pay per click service in my area. But I decided to go to SEO, which didn't work out. But he created a service. It's called I don't have it. It's called Speed to Lead, I think. Speed to Lead, where he sells you the leads for different. He's literally doing cold call per pay per click for the whole country, right? So you get to pick your areas. I think the average leads cost you like $100, $150 a lead, but you buy a la carte, like you buy as you need it. So again, I'm gonna try it for my area. Once I have a lead that comes into my area, I'll buy a lead. It's either gonna be a Google lead or it's gonna be a Facebook lead, and I try it. I'll drop $150 for that lead and see how it works out. So again, just taking advantage of what other people are good at, as far as he's good at pay per click, he's good at SEO, he's good at Facebook marketing. Using him to be able to leverage, because if I can get one lead, let's say I get 10 leads and I drop $1,100 for the leads, but the first that I can get a deal from it, that pays for everything. Now, these leads are coming from the web. They're not coming from somebody else. They're coming literally from the web. So again, that's what I'm gonna try on that one. I'll probably eventually get one lead and see how it works out. So again, just being aware of what's out there, what people are doing what, and being aware of that. And if it works out, if I buy a lead for $150 and I make a 10K assignment, or I get a deal that I can keep it as owner of finance, again, it's worth it. He's doing all the legwork and he's selling it to me at a la carte. You know what? Just pay as you go, which is good. And he has all over the country. Of course, like the Arizona leads are more expensive because again, Arizona is a really hot market. But yeah, guys, again, going back to anything, man, it's just consistency. You gotta be able to do consistently work, consistently market, consistently follow up. That's where you get most of your money, and it makes sense. Consistently follow up and do it for a long term. You see, now there's guys that reply, who told you I was selling my house? Again, I could be an asshole and reply to them, but I just ignore them. You know, I just ignore. I don't need to talk to them. Now, this leads that they are being texted right now. Eventually, they'll get a little season for like a month or two, and I'll have my BA cold caller call them. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. But again, just do it consistently, guys. Just consistently doing everything consistently will eventually get there to where you want to go to. But if you're not consistent, it's gonna be hard. You might get those one-off properties that make sense and you make money. But again, then you're not gonna be able to replicate how you got that deal because it was just one of a kind or one of a time kind of lead. But yeah, you gotta be able to do it consistently so that you can get deals consistently. And the key to make sure that that one deal makes sense is literally talk to the person the right way so you can make that 5K deal into a 20K deal. You know what I mean? That's how I've been able to. I grew my sign-in fees when I assigned them by almost 100%. If I was getting 5, now I'm getting 10. I'm getting 12. If I was getting 12, now I'm getting 20. So you know what I mean? So again, it's growing just talking to people the right way, being able to dig into pain. Like this guy that's he's gonna eventually sell me his house for 50K. I'm gonna get it for 50K. I'm gonna get a private money guy to lend me on the asset for 50K, and then I'm gonna sell it for 100K with 25K down. So I'll make 20K in the front end, and I'll make another $500 in the middle until they pay me off. But you see, that's the guy. That's one of the leads that I've been following up for almost 8 months, since October of last year. He wanted to be a 90. Now he's at 63. I still want to be a 50. But it's just doing it consistently. And the mighty text helps me be consistent. Because again, I'm just the one. Again, literally, I'm the head of the system that I'm doing, making sure the whole caller has calls, making sure the BA has things to do as far as Facebook and YouTube bumps, and making sure that I have data in my system so I can skip trace so that my area price sends the right place. Now, the ones that I work on a daily basis, the niche data, I get a skip trace and I have a special follow-up for those kind of leads, like for the pre-foreclosures, for the affidavits, for the wills, for the divorces, for the liens list pendants, for the lien notices, etc. All those that are niche data, I have it myself. I do it myself and I send it myself.
Is there any other services besides MightyText, like a similar one for iPhone?
No, not for iPhone. I tried it. I tried to look for it and I couldn't find it.
Yeah.
And I found MightyText maybe like 2 years ago. I think I'm going in my 3rd year. I think I've only paid for it twice. Yeah, and that's why I have the burner phone. This is a Cricket phone in my area. Is Cricket. It's cheap and it makes sense for me. You know what I mean? And that's why I could definitely get an iPhone for this line, but it doesn't work with the MightyText. So I can't use it with the MightyText. And I think that's gonna be, if I have anything to do, that's the best investment you can do is the MightyText app. But you have to have an Android phone because it's gonna allow you to consistently follow up. And again, you gotta being able to know what to follow up, but you gotta be able to be consistently following up on things. All right, my guys. Oh, good. You guys have any other questions before we lock it up for today? Again, look at that. I know you sent me about that Facebook. Look at that Facebook. If you have any questions, I'll do you another video as far as what to do it and how to do it. So just to give you a refresher.
Okay.
And again, if you can't you can figure it out, let me know, and I'll send you another video. But yeah, that works awesome. But that has to be consistent. Consistently, by the time you know it, you have 300-400 groups that you got to be able to follow up on a daily basis. Right? So it's just a big old. It keeps on adding up.
Okay.
All right, my guy.
All right.
Have a successful Friday, man, and have a nice weekend, my brother.
You too. Thank you.